Okay, so hello. It seems that we are live, and I hope that is camera 3. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Assembly Day 2, Day 3 if you came in here early and set up. So Day 2 of all the compos. This is a review of the afternoon compo block of today. We have about half an hour, so we have a few compos. So we might skip over some a bit shorter than you might have liked, but it is what it is. It is what we are going to do. So in this afternoon, we had the AI graphics, we had track music, we had fantasy console, the fast music competition, and then the in-game short film competition. What a name! So I am Frankie. Still, I am with my best friend ever here, Sir Garbage Truck.
Hi, I'm Sir Garbage Truck still.
Solarius is next to Senior Truck. We have Mayor and then
Hello.
Miss Saigon.
hello, and then Miss Saigon. So, hey everyone, let's go to all the compos. Let's quickly just. I have to touch on AI graphics really short. Looking at the entries and also with where it is going, I thought in general, compo looked good. I would have liked, however, a bit. Some slides did it to enter on the beam slide what they gave as a command to like get to the end result, because now you
I
can
think
guess.
about like 40-50% of the entries had the prompt.
Indeed,
And,
but not all of them.
Some didn't have that.
And that is something that I would have liked. Like, oh yeah, that's how you get to that, because it is what you get to. Not sure if you want to. I'm not going to discuss every specific entry. Does anybody want to mention one specifically? 'Cause
I am
I can,
bored with this concept. I'd like to skip it. To be honest, I'm just done with this compo in all demo scene competitions. I've already seen it. It's been done. Thank you. Let's move on.
This
Maybe the point is that if you use AI, it's already been done some way because it's remixed in the end product. Everything that we have done as mankind is kind of mixed and produced. So it's already done. Everything that AI feeds you is already done.
and we need these easy to participate compos in assembly.
Well, yeah, we do, but I'd like them to be this sort where somebody actually has to, again, this, I'm just so done
It's
with
not
this
for you.
compo.
Not for you.
No, it's not for anybody. Honestly, we've tried it. We've produced good-looking stuff and average-looking stuff, and just who cares? But the other things, when somebody fast graphics, that's cool. People are actually doing something, and the fantasy compo, that's an excellent entry thing. People are actually doing things with that. It isn't. It's micromanaging versus doing. When you're giving something a command to do it and then seeing what it comes out, okay, but quite frankly, I mean, I don't want to be micromanaged, and I don't want to be in a compo. I don't want to watch a compo that is consistent of micromanagement. That's just me. I'm done now.
So then,
but it's not going away.
I would like it to go away. That is my statement. Please take it out of the compos. I am so bored with this.
so let's just jump to a compo that Truck doesn't hate: track music.
Track music is awesome.
There we
Also,
go.
it's a good place for you to get a start with. Just enter it. It's fun.
Okay. Any musicians in the room that can quickly, in one sentence, say what track music is? The difference between, say, MP3 streaming? Was the difference? Mayor, perhaps?
Yeah, for example, this year in assembly, we decided to limit the channels to only 8. Only 8 channels, 1 megabyte of samples. So the competition would be more even with 4-channel mods and 8-channel XMs, ITs, S3Ms, and whatever.
Yeah. You mentioned XM, IT modules.
Yeah.
Those are different formats.
Yeah, fast tracker, Open MPT, Schism tracker, and Impulse tracker. And then,
Right.
of course, the creme de la creme, a Pro Tracker for channel
Exactly.
mods.
I was going to mention where are you going to come in with the OG,
OG
the
Pro
Amiga
Tracker.
4-channel
Yeah,
module,
yeah,
because
2.3D Pro
because
Tracker. Yes.
because everything else is AI to me.
Yeah,
I want
yeah, basically.
I want Pro Tracker 4-channel,
Yeah.
and everything else is a remix.
Yeah, but anyways, we had a lovely, lovely compo. 16 entries, bunch of newcomer entries, like people who are just making their first track music for assembly, and then also old school sceners like the guy who won last year. He also did a really, really good track this year, because we didn't show the names on the screen. We
Indeed.
just only show the title of the track, so nobody knows who actually made the track. So I'm not going to name vote here.
Okay. So is this because now mentioning the names? I've seen this on some competitions and not.
Yeah.
Do you know by any chance if this is a specific decision here at Assembly? Because some parties do, some parties don't. There's pro and cons.
At least in track music, the name voting has been strong like throughout the years. So that's why we decided to like not show the names of the artists themselves.
Well, that makes perfect sense, I guess. And again, there are pros and cons. People would like to know who they're voting for, who they're not. But indeed, I think you can argue that specifically that to prevent name voting, like, oh,
Yeah, to prevent name voting. Yes.
it's like, oh, it's a track by Mayor.
Yeah, for example.
Let's all vote for him because we like him.
Probably in the future.
All right. Any specific modules or techniques that jumped out for you?
I can check them out here.
Sure, go ahead.
Just a moment.
Yeah,
There was-
while he's checking, I would
sorry.
just say,
Yeah.
no, it's fine. I was watching the patterns to see, did people use big samples and drum loops, or did they create the percussion themselves? Did they place each note? And for me personally, I find it more impressive when the musician is actually creating all of the music from scratch and not using like a sampled drum loop or a repeating sample from something else.
Samples in this case, yeah. And like that is also like part of the trickery that we wouldn't want to have here in assembly. It's like the Pro Tracker or like XM module when you are like adjusting the speed just to make it like fun to watch instead of it being actually musically inside the tracker. So we didn't have that this year at all. So I'm really happy about that.
Cool.
So for example, there was one called Novel Plus, which was really awesome, nicely mixed. It sounded like something that would be on Beatport Top 10, for example, but it was only 320 kilobytes, and it had some message that this needs a fast computer, like Pentium MMX or something, to play, because it has like lots and lots of effects and like the impulse tracker commands that need more oomph from the computer.
Yeah, that was also a favorite of mine. I tried Impulse Tracker. I never really got the hang of it. I was always a Fast Tracker user. But I think that song made really good use of the Impulse Tracker effect.
Anything else on the track music? Scenarios, truck.
No. I have comments on Fantasy Console though, but not on track music.
That's next.
Oh, okay.
I'll say one thing about track music. There was also a few like chip tunes made with like non-chip tune sounds, which were interesting also. And then there was this track called Sausage Sandwich, which just went mental in the end. So you had like 180 BPM going on the big screen. And like it left you like what the F feeling of the combo after that.
So you mean that the drone was inside?
Yeah.
Maybe that's an idea.
The boost drone was here.
Yes, indeed. So, well, the drone.
Yeah, the drone.
The drone.
Okay.
Was,
Yeah,
the
sorry.
drone was here. Okay. Yeah. All in all, I'm really happy that track music is still a thing. As Mr. Gong indicated, you do see the patterns on the screen to see what techniques they're using. If it's all long samples or if you're making all the beats, the breaks yourself. So that is always good, and it is. Is it like a Loventus level combo? Is it easy? Because I think you can easily do a 4 to the floor in Tracker and then just start like jamming and jazzing around a bit. But of course, there's a growth pattern in it.
For example, today, there has been like this here in Scene Lounge. One of the computers have been running like OpenMPT and Raccoon Violet from Rift.
And Substream.
Yeah. She has been like showing people around how to do like track music there inside Scene Lounge. So that's awesome. Thanks for him her for what she has done here.
Okay. I also want to mention that we received a complaint about yesterday's studio, namely that the people who commented on the game compo had not played the games. So therefore, we are now people who have made music and who have worked with fantasy consoles. Yeah. So I think we have remade it. So then we can let's go to the fantasy consoles.
Yeah.
Solarius, Truck, you are both very vocal on this topic, which I like.
Yeah.
So Solarius, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. First of all, I think that it's a very interesting trend in a sense that fantasy console, for those who don't know yet, fantasy console is like a console that doesn't exist. It's just a computer program, like a virtual machine. And I think that it's an interesting trend because, after all, you could do the same thing if we just all agreed to use some already existing emulator like Commodore or Amiga emulators. I understand that if you do something for Amiga or something to Commodore 64, it's not comparable. It's like apples and oranges. But because we have never agreed on a simple, single restricted platform, now there is like elaborate computer programs which simulate non-existing hardware, so we can match our skills on very specific platform. And 2 entries for Pico 8, for example, those are comparable. You can easily compare the results of entry A for Pico 8 and entry B for Pico 8. So that's really interesting that we have gone so far and moved so little. We have reached Commodore emulator basically, but yeah, I have few notes. But would you like to say a word about the combo itself before?
I like that we are seeing more stuff that is accessible to folks who are getting started. One of the things that sometimes I hear from folks that would like to participate is that they don't because they are afraid, because what they see in the end result of the big compos is just, oh, I could never do that, and then they get discouraged. And because of how it's sort of a self-limiting thing with the fantasy consoles, you can do amazing stuff with it, but it's also easy to use and easy to get started. And it's fun to play with, which is one of the things that you kind of get away from when you're making a PC demo. You may have a toolkit or something like Tool.io or Notch or any of the previous or current tools for making things, but are they fun? And sometimes the answer is no. They're just work, and they allow you to get your idea on the screen, but it isn't as fun. And the fantasy consoles have an element of fun to them. And because of this, it's also encouraging people to just make something. And maybe even just make something and throw it away. You don't have to be serious about it. You can make a few things and then you can make something big. And I think we saw both of those things in this compo. We had people that were making something big and people that were just, hey, here's something that I made. And I think it's fantastic to have both. And that's basically what I'd like to say about this compo. I think this was fantastic and I want to see more of these. Hint, hint, revision.
Wonk, wonk, way ahead of you.
Yeah. I have notes for every entry. So would you like me to go through all the notes, or?
Well, no. What I did see is that many existing demo groups are now actually also doing fantasy and console things.
Yeah.
And that was really nice to see. So if you could jump into those, please go ahead.
Yeah.
And also then we had, can we call it a mega demo?
We can call it.
Yeah.
It says mega demo in the title. I think we can do that.
Yeah.
I know.
That was amazing.
Can I also say something about the entries? So one of things that I really liked was the compo filler mega demo, which was basically old Amiga effects in TIC-80.
Yeah.
So really like old school feel with these scrollers and everything on the TIC-80 and a fantastic soundtrack.
Yeah. And about those established demo groups doing productions, of course, Mooch Plateau is something that everyone knows. Also, Quad Trip.
Yep.
They had the Private Investigator demo. Well, funny thing is that I really can't follow the stories if a demo has one. So. This clearly had a story, but I didn't follow it. And if you want to watch this later at home, the Mooch Plateau production was the third one. A bit noise was the Mooch Plateau.
Yes.
Inversion also is a like known demo group here in Assembly. They have been doing like stuff on the C64, Amiga, like Real Wild, and now they are in like fantasy consoles.
Yeah.
So Pico 8 was their entry. So
Yeah.
that's something also. The same guys doing stuff on different platforms.
Let's see. I want to enough. We have enough minutes. I want to then go to the practitioners of Lua mega demos.
The
last entry.
It was amazing because it had all the interesting memes from assembly era.
Yeah.
And those were implemented in this very restricted environment. And for those who haven't been around for long, it included the TV chat thing, which was like 20 years ago. It included some other parts of the assembly TV broadcast. It included a few very well-known demos. It was really great.
There was at least like Kevlar's 1995, and then there was the Jorma's like 1997 Amiga demo on the like mega demo, and then there was like one the hand from ASD and amazing stuff.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff.
And Lennu.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Something we should mention, if you're not familiar with the TIC-80, TIC-80 is available itch.io, and you can download it. You can also load it on your Android phone or your iPhone, and then all of these will show up. Well, already that mega demo that we just mentioned is already available. If you just go into the, well, let's see, Explore is for Pico 8, and it's surf. If you enter surf as a command, and then go to the TIC-80 website, this will just pop up, and it will just download, and then you can run it. But also, if you hit escape, you can actually look at the source code, and you can play the tune from it, and you can look at the graphics that were used. So you can get some techniques and see how the things were actually done, which may actually bring you to some questions afterwards. Wait a minute, I'm looking at this. I don't understand. How is this magic happening? And following through that is the sort of puzzle that some people really do enjoy. You may try that.
Anything else on fantasy consoles? Okay, so then let's jump to the last two compos that we had right before this studio. In random order, this was then the fast music and then the in-game movie, shall I call it, because the name is too long for my brain to remember. Fast music had a theme, obviously.
Yeah. And it was really fun. Team, the national anthem of Finland.
Yes. Was it a success? Will Finland change its national anthem to one of these tracks?
Yeah, we heard a lot of interesting implementations of the song, and yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. Some of them took the actual national anthem and remixed it, and then some of them completely reimagined their own. And I think the one that was most like a country's national anthem was the Lil Anthem. It had like the musical qualities of an anthem, but completely distinct from Finland's current national anthem.
I have learned today that you cannot use Finlandia.
Yeah, well, Finlandia is not the national anthem.
No, it's not, but you can also not use it.
Because of Teosto.
Indeed. So this is stuff I learned today. So yay, Finland.
Yeah. And then there was this track, May I Have the Next Dance After This One, which has this like old school humpa feeling for when you go to a dance hall somewhere in the outskirts of Finland. You might hear something like this when you are like going to get a girl to dance with you.
Did it work?
I don't know. I'm in the demo scene, so.
Ooh, but that's a burn.
Yeah, burning yourself, not good on stage, dude.
Alrighty. Okay, so I think we're good on the new national anthem for Finland. Mm-hmm. So then we have the in-game short film. I myself was really good to see California games again.
Of course.
And the PS1 game.
And the California Games thing actually is a tie-in into the
in-game photo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cosplay thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw the gentleman that was doing that beforehand. He was half dressed for it already, so he went all in. And I believe he was going to attempt to not fall off the stage with his skateboard. So yeah, props for continuing the thing across compos.
I was happy to see that there were several entries this year. Last year, my son was the only one who entered that compo.
Oh, okay. I was thinking this was brand new, but yeah, now I remember that, yes, last year, because there was only one entry, it didn't seem... So yes, this is an improvement.
Yeah, last year it got canceled as a separate compo and rolled into the short film compo.
Yeah, it can grow into something.
Yeah.
I like the concept, and I like the fact that it, we saw tie-ins to other things, and it wasn't just, I'm going to record something and just put it in. There was some effort that was put into this.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that's challenging for people who make in-game short films is you can't use the copyrighted sounds, you can't use the copyrighted music from the game itself. So we did see people getting creative with replacing the sounds and the music.
Yeah, and I think that the compo is really important to offer a low threshold path to the demo scene, like for example your son, and I see that as a one way to get more people involved from the early age. Indoctrination, remember, indoctrination.
Yeah, it's creativity. And that's why I prefer something like this over the aforementioned thing that I'm not going to talk about. This, you have to put some effort into this. The fourth one, the PS5 Knight Rider, that was very interesting in that they were commenting that they had some, they had to export it from the PS5 to YouTube in order to get it back for editing. So there was some, it's not just that you can just dump the thing out. There's some effort there. I did feel that one was a bit, it was a bit dark. And it was a little hard to see from that. So this is another thing. With the in-game things, you're restricted to the game lighting. How do you fix those things if it is dark?
Okay.
Can you do like post-processing in-game software? Can you do post-processing?
I think that was allowed in the compo, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, I'm not the in-game combo organizer, but I'm not really sure.
I'm not really sure either, so we probably need to check from scene.assembly.org.
Okay, and then just check the rules.
Yeah.
So, in other news, we have 2 more compos coming up and 1 later. So we have the 1K and the 4K intro, our next, in a few minutes. After that, we will come back here with a new studio, and afterwards we have the demo compo with more. Hello, people waving in hats. With more compo studios coming to us, and yeah, we will be back. I might have peeked at the screens when they were editing everything together. It's looking nice, Mayor.
Yeah, this is an advertisement. We will have also YouTube streaming for demo compo for 1K and 4K, 25 megabits video bandwidth with 4K upscaling. So you will, at home, you will see the compos as good as we are seeing it here.
So if you hear screeching in the background, it's not the soundtrack, it's your modem screaming.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay,
Yes.
then any last words from you guys? Else I suggest we round off.
One more about like fantasy consoles. We should
Go
have a
ahead.
fantasy console music compo. So TIC 80 and Pico 8 combined in one compo, and you would have like fantasy console music compo. And we will probably check if we can fit it in the schedule here for next year.
Why not the Scene Lounge compo?
For example, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Solarius, Mr. Truck.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you very
this has been good.
Thank you for being here, sir. Appreciate it.
What is immediately next? Is it 1K?
1K.
1K is next.
1K is jetzt.
All right, and I did see some stuff from the 4K. It looked good.
Indeed.
I saw at least one of the 1K and it looked good.
Okay,
There's
so
good
So we
stuff
have a
coming up.
bunch of entries this evening.
Stay tuned all evening. Get some drinks. Get some snacks.
yeah, it's going to be a long one. It's going to be a fun one, and we will be back. Thank you all, and see you soon after the next compos.
Bye bye.
Tada!